Hi friends, it's Andriy Vasylenko. A riff is a basic element of modern guitar music. You can get without it. You can build a song on the chord progression, on the melody, on vibe, on texture. But if you bet on a riff, it will almost be guaranteed to work out. And it has value on its own. You can enjoy a riff even without a context, just on itself. Even with no arrangement, just playing alone on the instrument it is composed on. And usually it's the guitar ones. But they can be composed and played on any instrument. Bass, drums, keyboards, even vocals. Essentially anything that can produce sound. And there are riffs that just need more than one instrument to work out. And usually it's guitar and bass. When they complement each other, when they cannot be without each other, and if you take out one part of the guitar part or bass part, it just falls apart. It does not work out as great as otherwise. And today I wanna show you a couple examples of that. We discussed it a bit on the latest stream, and we are starting with the most relevant example, the one that actually made me think about the whole thing. It's Metallica's Whom the Bell Tolls. When the song is mentioned, one thing comes up in your mind first. It's the bass intro by Cliff Burton. It was pretty groundbreaking at the time, in 1984, to do something like this. Something that sounded not like bass but the guitar. And a lot of people mistook it for the guitar, and still do. But actually guitar is what a lot of people neglect about this riff. In short, the backstory of this intro in the song is that Cliff Burton had this lick for a long time, since high school. And when he joined Metallica, he showed it to the guys, but it sounded too weird, too unfitting to what they were doing. And they tried to jam it, to work around it, but it just did not work out. And then James Hetfield just took the guitar and said, check it out, how about this? And he went with... And now it clicked. And now it's been solved. The puzzle came together. This accent was not in the original version of the lick by Cliff Burton, but it actually what made it work, made it the Metallica. And so we could count James Hetfield as the co-author of this lick, not just Cliff Burton, because without those accents, it's just not like that. And then went the drums. In a lot of cases, we also can count drums as part of the riffs, but bass is something that connects the drum part and the leading part of the guitar. In this case, it's the other way around. Guitar connects the drums to the almost bass solo by Cliff Burton. Anyway, it's one entity. This duality of this riff is what made it powerful and Metallica. And symbolically, the next example is from Metallica's biggest rival. Or at least the guy thinks about it all the time like that. It's Symphony Destruction by Megadeth. The symphony riff has a lot of emptiness within it. And it's filled by the bass, which is playing the palm muted E. And Dave Ellefson actually told about it. The bass drive the song with the guitar.
Notating of the riff to actually hit the notes exactly the way that the guitars do it is a big part of the feature of this riff. So as simple as it sounds, there's a lot of nuance in it, and it all comes down to the pick and the palm muting back on the bridge.
It's really fun to play, and without it, on its own, it is not as powerful without bass and drums. And the following example is not from metal band, and actually this is maybe the first riff people think about it, non-metal people. It's Californication from Red... It's Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Just admit it. If you're a guitarist and playing the Californication guitar riff, you just can't help but play that middle bit with the hammer-on pull-off, and that's something that may pissing your bassist off, because that's bass part. How dare you! Guitar part there is just a straight arpeggio going up. And bass is complementing it with some root notes and little embellishments. It's like a lock and the key. It just does not sound right without either. And the Peppers have a lot of songs with this complementing each other, guitar and bass. And other bands like Faith No More, Primus also have a lot of things like this. But there, it's more like bass is driving. We're talking about examples when it's more or less fair. And another rather non-metal example is Muse. A lot of things to choose from, but I'll take Hysteria. And of course, bass is what you think first about this song. That's one of the rare cases where bass just takes all the spotlight. But there are two things that you should know about it. The bass riff was written by the guitarist actually, and the guitar line that goes parallelly with the bass is also pretty awesome, and people just forget about it for some reason. Just take notice how different the phrasings are of the bass and guitar parts, but they lay on top of each other perfectly. And I want to close the video with another example. How powerful can it be with just 3 people? It's Motorhead's Ace of Spades. And both the guitar lick and bass are iconic. They are laid on the same foundation but go a bit differently. And you see, in all these examples, there are different ways bass and guitar can work out together. When it's not just bass is doubling the guitar or vice versa. They are creating one entity of a riff that just needs them both there. And yeah, more examples coming in the comments. Write in the comments. I'm gonna rest a bit. If you like what I'm doing, become a member of this channel for $3 a month or more. Support all I'm doing on all the channels. Thanks for watching. It's Andriy Vasylenko, and see you next time, friends.